Not too long ago, through the whole of Virtual's remarkable ability to use great music without getting taken down by the DMCA, my attention got sucked into this niche game, Trackmania. Interestingly enough, at some point in my life I was the OG of the series. My friends, just take a look at what I still have. Despite on its surface being a racing game, Trackmania is an unusual take on the genre, which surprisingly strikes a deep chord. A chord that runs so deep into the bottomless pit of every soul that it's difficult to put into words. At this depth, words don't exist. But after quite some time, I'm ready to show you the exact spot on your heart where we can find the other end of that line. When I picked up Trackmania 2020 a month or two ago, I was struggling to finish the easy tracks, unsurprisingly so. Despite me trying my best wasn't good enough. A bonk after a bonk, and then finally the ultimate bonk into the checkpoint gates, so I have to restart the whole thing all over again. And yet, on one of my sleepless nights, I caught myself on the fact that I find this activity weirdly compelling, but I couldn't point my finger on why. I'm sure watching someone playing Trackmania badly is like watching a lumberjack working down a tree with the flat side of an axe. All that sweat, all this repetitiveness, and for what? The human engine that runs on hope and belief can only take so much. And here I am, 3 past midnight with the sun already at my curtains, trying to make a good turn for the 64th time in a row. Before I had broadband internet connection many years ago, you wouldn't find me home unless to eat or to sleep. The younger version of me had a multi-speed bike and was putting all the effort in the world to test its limits. The younger me spent 3 summers in attempts to land his very first kickflip on a skateboard. I never did. There is a reason I said that Trackmania is an unusual take on the genre. You see, unlike your typical racing game, cars in Trackmania do not collide with each other, and that's really important. These cars are ghosts, they have no physical impact on your driving, and if you do not interact with other players, they might as well not exist. It might as well be a single player experience, and therefore in Trackmania, the only opponent you're truly facing is yourself. At that night, with a borrowed controller in my hands, I realized Trackmania is the skateboarding that I've left behind. Deep down, it's the same kind of experience, which I just happened to rediscover in a digital form many years later. The eternal pursuit towards excellence that's rooted deep down in our hearts is what actually drives the car. And what drives me to drive the car. It's not about the car, it's not about the track or even the game itself. It's the burning desire to land the very first kickflip that blinded me to all the struggles, that blinded me to all the failures. And that's exactly what I was doing, sharpening the flat side of the axe. Today or 15 years ago, it doesn't really matter. It's the hunt to make it, to land it, to feel, the triumph over myself. And all that sweat, all this repetitiveness, it's not the direction I'm looking towards when I play a game like Trackmania. There are actually many games that elicit this kind of response. It's all about the chase, and my personal best is just a tire length away.